At the age of 19 years old, I lived in some government apartments. Behind me lived a couple, which happened to be relatives of mine. Across the street from that were another set of relatives of mine. Now, this is the story. I was introduced to cocaine at the age of 19. I was one of those people that believed that any kind of drug outside of marijuana would kill you. That was my mindset. So here it is. I met a guy by the name of Willie. That's his name in this video. Okay, so his name is Willie. And Willie told me, he said, "Hey, I like you." I said, "Hey, I like you too." And I talked to Willie from a distance for a long time. We're talking about 3 to 4 months. Okay. One day, Willie invited me over to spend some time with him at my relative's house, apartment, I'm sorry. Well, I go over there. I'm sitting at a distance. And all of a sudden, I'm watching him smoking cocaine in a bottle. Big old round glass bottle. And I'm like, okay, that's what they doing. I'm minding my own business. But then I was offered it. I said, no, thank you. And every time I went over, my answer was always no, thank you. I think the devil got into Willie because it's one particular time. I know I done said no over 10 times, right? Willie decides to ask me, do I want some of that? And I said, no, thank you. He said, why? I said, that stuff will kill you. He said, I'm smoking it. He said, it ain't killed me. Well, I was green, meaning that I had some experience, but I didn't have enough experience. But he kind of flipped around my common sense on me. I said, well, you're right. You ain't dead. So I tried it. I surely did. Next thing I know, I seen this big-ass spider. And I was trying to get the hell up out of there. I didn't know that I was tripping. All I know, I seen a spider that looked like he was about 24 feet inches tall, 24 inches wide. You know, round. All I know was trying to get up out of there. Long story short. And the reason I'm telling the story is because at the end, I got to tell you something. Well, this went on for about, I say anywhere from 1 to 3 months at the most. It was short-lived. However, the effects took longer for me to get rid of. I ended up having a miscarriage. Did not know I was pregnant. But anyway, I had a miscarriage, and that was prior to me trying this drug. So at the end of 3 months, my relatives that lived in apartments on another side away from me came to the fence line of where I lived, called my name. I came out, and they told me, they say, you got some money? I said, no. And they say, you know, any way we can get some money? I say, no, not really. She said, girl, we wanted to have a party, you know, just me, you, and the husband. But we ain't got no way to get it. Stay with us, sister. Don't go nowhere. Well, I told her, I said, hold on. I might be able to do something. You see, at that time, I had family members in all walks of life. You can call it what you want. So, I done put on my socks and tennis shoes. Got on my little jeans. I ain't weigh no more than about 120 pounds if I weighed that much. And I locked up my house, my apartment, came down the spiral stairs, and my relatives are still standing there watching me. And I said, okay, I'll be back. They said, all right. I walked to the end of my apartment complex, stepped down those 2 concrete steps. Across from me is the park, the playground, place where I like to go when I feel like I got a lot on my mind. I just like to sit on a swing and swing. Just swing as high as I can and as long as I can until I can get rid of whatever's on my mind. And once I feel free, then I stop swinging and I go home. That was my MO back then. So I walked across the street, and as I came up on the playground, I stepped on a curb, concrete curb. Never forget it as long as I live. The moment my foot hit that curb, all of a sudden I saw my entire life before my eyes. If I took another step, I'm going to tell you what I saw. See, I had some small children at the time, and I saw me becoming a drug addict, taken away from my children. When it come time to have birthday parties, I can't give them a party because I'm smoking up the money. Not only that, I end up being a person that's free with my body, selling to anybody just so I can get a fix. Yeah, the Lord showed me where my life was headed if I took another step. Oh yeah, he showed me even worse than that. But that was enough right there to halt me in my tracks. When I saw that, and he showed it to me in an instant, and it's amazing how the Lord can show you your whole life in an instant. My head went up like this, and it was like I had an emergency epiphany. And I turned around, and I went back toward my apartment. When I came back through, and I started to walk up those spiral stairs, my relatives were still standing at the gate line of the apartment complex where I lived. And they said, what's wrong? And I told them, I chewed them out, baby. Yes, I did. I say, I see what you had planned for me, but it didn't work. You thought you was going to get me hooked on drugs and I was going to be turned out there making money for you and me both. And next thing you know, I can't support my children and take care of them. But I told him, I said, stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. In fact, we don't even ever have to talk again. Well, it took me 1 year to get clean on my own. Cold turkey. I didn't even tell my doctor because I knew my doctor was going to try to give me some kind of substance to take the bite off so I can get clean. No, I didn't have the shakes or nothing, but I had these major headaches. I was sensitive to light, but I could smell the drug in the air, no matter how light it was. And it took about 12 months for that to go away. And it took another 6 months for me to just say I'm completely over it. And at the end of 2 years, I knew I was gone. I was off of it for good. But I didn't even tell my mom. Only thing I asked my mother to do is to take care of the children for the first 3 months. And I told her I would make sure that they have everything that they need and she need. And I did just that. Told nobody nothing. However, my mom came back, and about 6 months later, we had a conversation. And she told me I knew something was wrong. I just couldn't figure out what it was. No. I delved into that monkey. I got myself out of that monkey. All of that to say, yes, we do have a choice. We have a choice whether or not do we decide to be whatever we become in this life. And some of us know that the calling of God is on our life. And he give you premonitions, or he show you your life before your eyes. He even show you your near future, if not the future. But how we embark on that, accept it, how we react to it, tells what is the outcome of what we're gonna be. Now, some will argue with us and say, well, that is God's will that that person became a drug addict. If God gave you the opportunity to make a sound decision, as He did me, surely that was your choice right there. Choose ye this day whom you serve, God or mammon. And that day I decided I'm not about to go out there and give my body away freely. I'm not going to become a drug addict. I'm not trying to lose all my teeth. I ain't trying to do all of that. I like my looks. I can tell you now, that was a time I didn't like what I looked like. And that's probably because I went through a lot of stuff. However, we'll talk about some of that in another video. But this video was about choice, making sound decisions. It doesn't matter whether or not it's about drugs. It doesn't matter what it is. But whatever decision you decide to make for your life, remember, that was your decision. And only you can bring yourself out of it. Now, don't get me wrong now. You can call on the Lord. You can ask for prayer. And all of that does work. But if you don't have a mind made up, you're going to slip and dip again. Yeah, some of them say that the spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. Come on, baby. You're right about that is too, but you have to have a mind made up. See, a made up mind can get anything done. And I'm going to give you an example. If a baby want a bar of soap and it's on top of a counter, he's going to find a way to get that soap. I know. I have a grandson. He's 16 now. And I used to fuss at everybody in the house because I think they would put that baby in the sink. They can set him on top of the freezer, all kind of stuff. And I told them, y'all need to stop lying on that baby. That baby didn't do this here. That baby cannot climb on top of a freezer. One day I caught the baby climbing on the lavatory in my bathroom. Got up there, took apart the towel rack. Yes, he did. Dropped it on the floor and climbed his butt back down and crawled off. That's a made-up mind. That baby wasn't scared of nothing. Just like we have relationships. And get it like this. Let's do it like this. This guy trying to talk to this woman. She said she don't have the time. She working this job. She working that job over here now. She got to go pick up the kids from school. I don't have no time to just hang out. But her girlfriends call her on the phone and say, girl, such is going on at this time on this day. What? Yeah, such. Girl, we got to go get our nails and stuff done. Girl, I'm on it, girl. Girl, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the building. Hey. But she had a mind to do something else, but she didn't have a mind to do that over there. So when your mind is made up, you can get whatever you want done. You can move mountains and cars, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. It applies to anything. Anytime your mind is made up, the power of your mind can get it done. Thank you for watching this video. I have a lot of experiences that I'd like to share with you. And the reason I share it now on YouTube is because my children are grown now, and they have children. And I told God when I was 11 years old, I did a prayer. And I had no idea how extensive that prayer was going to be. And it went like this. Lord, allow me to have my children at a young age. So as I learn things, as I experience things, that I can convey them to my children. And maybe I can help them not go through a lot of stuff that I did. That was my prayer. I didn't know when I was going to start having children, but I had my first child at 16 years old. However, I don't think I'd change a thing. So now that they're grown, and I pass on to them as much as I can, and now they feel like that there's nothing else I can teach them. Can I just tell YouTube, to the children on YouTube, Because now all of y'all going to be my children. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always happy to get a comment in a positive manner. I love discussions. I love talking. Who knows, one day we might be able to do a live. But at this time, I'm just going to share. No, we don't have to do drugs at all. I had my experience. And I thank God that it was short-lived. I thank for the epiphany, the wisdom, the understanding, and the ability to share.